This guy is a professional counselor, he's an author, and he's a darn funny stand-up comedian. Please give a big welcome to Mr. David Granirer.
Hey, let's give it up for Dan. Yeah. Actually, what Dan was saying reminds me of, because I used to self-medicate. I had depression, right? I used to self-medicate. I discovered marijuana, I think it was in my teens, no, my 20s, no, grade 2, yeah, that was no. But in my teens, and we thought we knew it all, right? And we figured the police were recording our calls, but we came up with a secret code of our own that we knew they'd never figure out. We'd be like, hey Bob, bring over a couple of hockey sticks and make sure they each weigh a quarter ounce. And this time, don't smoke them till they get here. And we thought we were, we'd be like, yeah, I'll just put my stash down my pants. They'll never think of looking there. And so I got busted once, and I learned two things. The first place they look is down your pants. And the second thing I learned was pee feels hot when it dribbles down your leg. But they have the war on drugs, the war on going to keep drugs. Oh, actually, I should mention too, he was talking about the whole marijuana thing. We did in Vancouver, we did a gig for the Herb Party. Now, I don't know if you've heard of these guys. They split from the marijuana party because they say they want to be more inclusive and include all herbs in their platform. But we know which herb they're really after. They're not fighting for the right to smoke calendula or parsley or anything like that. But anyhow, we did a gig for them, and it was a weird audience. You know how audiences, they usually take like a split second to get a joke? This audience took just a little bit longer. Like 2 weeks. But anyhow, I think if they want to get rid of marijuana, hi folks, come on in, sit down. Yeah, no, you're late. You missed some funny stuff. Yeah, hi. Good. So how did you guys hear about the show?
Josh.
John, oh, you're friends with Josh. All right. Oh, yeah, this is friends with Josh night. Okay, cool. So where was I? Yeah, so if they want to get rid of marijuana, what the government should do is pass legislation that says every man, woman, and child in Canada has to smoke a quarter ounce a day. Even the most committed potheads will be like, the government can't tell me what to do, I'm quitting today. Or, another way to get rid of drugs is legalize it and make the dealers comply with municipal, provincial, and federal regulations. They'll be out of business in no time. I can just see them, they'd be like, oh, thank you. They'd be like, what do you mean my crack house has to be wheelchair accessible? Or if they were in Quebec, they'd have to comply with language laws. So instead of Craig's crack house, it would be Craig's Maison du Crack. And the pot dealers would be like, what? What do you mean we have to provide a smoke-free environment? There goes our product testing program. And they used to call it substance abuse. But now they call it substance misuse. But substance misuse, that just sounds like you're not doing it right. I can see your counselor, no kid, this is how to choke a joint, not these fingers. These fingers like this. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But like I say, I'm a counselor, I'm a stand-up comic, I also have depression. Here's a great way of overcoming depression. Whenever I'm depressed or bummed out, I go find someone who's really happy, and I suck the life force out of them. Thank you, I learned that from my parents. It's very effective. But I'm tired of hiding the fact that I have a mental illness. I am just telling everyone. I was coming across the border, and the customs guy asked if I had anything to declare. So I said, yes, I'm crazy. And he's like, yeah, big deal, I'm lactose intolerant. But it's interesting, the whole idea of stigma and all that kind of stuff, because there are organizations out there that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on anti-stigma campaigns that portray people like me with mental illness as kind and sensitive and intelligent. But I just figured out, the general public does not give a crap about any of that. They just want to know that we're not going to hurt them. So if I was going to do a little TV spot for anti-stigma, it would go like this. Hi folks, my name is David, and yes, I have a mental illness. But don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. Not because I'm a good person. Not because I care, because it's really hard to attack you when I'm too depressed to get out of bed. That's right, the worst violence you'll get from me is a passive-aggressive sigh and a guilt trip. And you're safe around me because thanks to my personality disorder, I am way too self-absorbed to even think that you exist. But then I thought some more, and I thought maybe the problem isn't that they're scared of us. It's that they're not scared enough. Because if they were really freaking terrified, they would lobby the government for enough tax dollars so we had services and housing. So I think the anti-stigma commercial should go like this. Bob is freaking crazy. You may have seen him lurking in your alley while the voices tell him to burn down your house. There are 52 more of him within a 3-block radius. Isn't this worth increasing your taxes? Yeah, and so like I say, I have depression, and I keep hearing people, I take antidepressants, I take medication. I'll probably take medication for the rest of my life, but I keep hearing people say, it's a conspiracy. The psychiatrists and the pharmaceutical company, they want to medicate everyone. And I'm thinking, so that means my psychiatrist is going to prescribe a medication that doesn't work because someone gave him a free pen. I mean, if he's that gullible, he changed me every time someone gave him something. So like some pharmaceutical rep gives him a free paperweight, and all of a sudden I get changed from antidepressants to estrogen. You know, like, great, now I'm not only depressed, I also have to wear a double D cup. My personality's changed. I used to worry about the Canucks winning the Stanley Cup. Now I worry if my jeans make me look fat. And then I love those medication commercials. It's like they make up some sort of generic illness. Then they make up these generic symptoms. And by the end of the TV commercial, I think I have whatever disease they've made up. They're like, do you ever feel the need to breathe? Oh my God, I've been doing that all day. Do you ever open your eyes? I have to do that to watch this commercial. Do you ever experience urination? Oh my God, everyone I know must have this disease. If answering yes to any of these questions makes you feel like something's wrong with you, you may be suffering from intelligence deficit disorder. So if you've ever used a toaster as a bathtub toy, challenged a head of cabbage to an IQ test and lost, or watched The View, contact your doctor immediately. And I went to this other conference, and the guy, this expert, was saying antidepressants are an addictive drug. I'm thinking, oh great, so next he'll be telling me they're a gateway drug. So they'll motivate me to move on to more powerful substances like Tums, Fisherman's Friends, Preparation H. But I didn't mind. I didn't mean being called an addict. But I mind being called stupid. And with all the great street drugs out there, I would have to be an idiot to choose antidepressants as my high. I mean, I can just see going to my dealer, yeah, I'm looking for something that takes 4 to 6 weeks to kick in. Yeah, I don't actually need to get high, I'll just settle for dry mouth and sexual side effects. Yeah. And I've also been on disability benefits. And, oh, thank you, yeah. You know, it's hard work to look that crazy, isn't it? It's, you know, you have to know how to fill out the forms to give the right impression. And so here's how I did it. They said, can you prepare your own meals? So I put down, yes, but my roommate screams when I put him in the microwave. And then they asked, how many stairs can you climb? 3. Luckily my spaceship has an elevator. But I think they should just dispense with the whole, paperwork and just make it into a game show. The person that looks the craziest wins all the money. You would be like, so contestant number 1, what do you have for us? Well, I've been abducted by aliens 85 times. It's a pity they keep bringing you back. And contestant number 2, you say you're being followed by demons. Those are actually sales associates at Future Shop. You know, demons dress better and have a social life.